Hello everyone and welcome to the ACR Masada Airsoft gun review. Let's get started. Before starting talking about the cool features about this gun, I'm gonna start talking about its powers and characteristics. Let's begin with the weight of the gun. The weight is about 3.2 kilograms, so it's not too light but it's not too heavy either. This makes the gun feel more real and solid. This gun normally shoots around 300 FPS, but because 300 FPS I think it's not enough if you play in the forest, I've done an upgrade to it. So now I can shoot up to 390 FPS. We're talking about 1.76 joules of power. So this means that with a 0.2 gram BBs, we can shoot until 60 meters. But 0.2 gram BBs are too light for this power. That's why I use 0.25 grams to have a better accuracy at the maximum range of 53 meters, which still it's a lot. But since the barrel of the ACR Masada it's really thin, I would recommend using a 5.95 diameter BB, because otherwise you'll have problem with shooting and the BB won't pass correctly through the barrel and it will fall after 20 meters. Then if you want to use BOBBs or non-BOBBs, it's your choice. The ACR Masada is mostly made by ABS, except for the upper rail of the gun and the internals as well. Now, to point this out, ABS is not bad, it's just not as good as polymer, but it will make the gun lighter and it still feels solid as a polymer gun. The gun shoots around 750 rounds per minute. Now, that's not too much because it's lower than the average of normal airsoft guns, let's say of a normal M4. But still, with this gun, we're not aiming for the fire rate too much, but we're aiming for the accuracy. Let's talk about the internals. Since this Masada is from A&K, which is Chinese, the internals are not as good as you would expect, but still you can have a good performance with it. The battery is placed on the front grip or in the handguard, and it looks like this one. This is the only type of battery that fits inside the ACR Masada, not any other kind. I'm going to show you now how to put the battery inside the handguard, because it's not that easy and it can get really irritating. To remove your battery, the first thing you have to do is remove this pin over here with a thin object like a pen, like this. Once the pin is removed, you have to remove your handguard as well. Once you remove the handguard, you can start attaching your battery. Once the battery is attached correctly, here comes the tricky part: putting the handguard on again. To put the handguard back, you have to keep your battery attached to your barrel like this with your hands, and then start putting the handguard on again. Like this. Once it's done, you put the pin back in, and it's done. Let's go on the back of the gun. Let's talk about the stock. The stock has 6 adjustable positions, like this. To close it back, quick and easy. The stock of the Masada is also foldable by just pressing a simple button on the other side. Let me show you. Like this. Now it's folded, but remember, this thing is not locked in place. It's just to gain space if you put it away in the back. It's not made to keep it like this to go in battle. Like this, your stock will be much more fragile and it can break easily like this. If you go in battle, just put it back in the normal position. The Masada is a full and semi-automatic assault rifle with ambidextrous, fire selector and mag release button. They are both the same on the other side, as you can see. This weapon does have an adjustable hop-up. To access your hop-up unit, you simply push this back and here it is, your hop-up unit. To adjust your hop-up, you simply push this little thingy forward and you will adjust it, making the BB go upwards or downwards. To close your hop-up unit, you simply push this button down here. It will lock, making a really nice sound, and you're ready to shoot again. But remember, do not play with this thing, it will break really easily. This button is also ambidextrous. The ACR Masada does come with an ACR magazine, but since this one is an A&K magazine, it's a fakey one and it doesn't work that well. That's why I would recommend buying a Magpul PTS one instead, because they fit better in the gun and they're also more solid once inserted, and they also work better than these ones. But the ACR Masada is compatible with M4 magazines as well, and they work just as fine. The A&K Masada would normally come with a very bad back iron sight. This is the reason why I bought another one and put this one instead. Let me show you how they look like. Now I told you about the characteristics about this weapon. Now I want to talk about the bad things too. The ACR does not come with a sling attachment and it's really difficult to find in internet or in shops. This is why I've created my own sling attachment by using a simple paperclip. What I did, I took the paperclip, slipped it inside this hole. I took it from this hole and then slipped it back in onto the upper hole. Take it from the hole above and then fix it with strong tape on the other side. This looks really primitive, but it does work and it's really resistant as well. Probably the most annoying thing about this gun is the unstable barrel that moves like this, as you can see. I don't know if this problem is of my gun or if it's a general problem to all A&K ACR Masadas. The only thing I could do to fix this is roll a piece of tape like this and put it right here. Now the barrel is stable and it won't move anymore. If you want to buy any rail for this gun, you need to buy them specifically for the ACR, otherwise they won't fit. You can't buy normal M4 rails. If you see these weird holes here, is because I wanted to do some modification and let this battery cable pass out of the gun in case I want to attach any battery outside. Because sometimes I need to borrow a battery from my teammate and most of the times it doesn't fit inside my gun, so I just put it outside my gun and attach it through here. So that's it for this review. I hope I gave you enough information about this gun. If you want to see me range testing this gun, which is probably what I'm going to do anyway, just let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, just ask. And importantly, I would like you to read the description before adding any comment. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next videos.